Good morning. Today is Thursday. I missed Wednesday. I apologize. Big migraine day yesterday, so I was laid out yesterday, so I'm back today. Hopefully some of you will join me for the playground. Sweetgrass today. That's my subject, sweetgrass. I have no idea why, but that's what it is. We'll figure it out in a minute when everybody comes in. So, rainy day here in the mountains. Yesterday was springtime. I missed most of it. I got out just a little bit. We had flowers popping up. It is the beginning for us here. It is the beginning, even though we'll likely still see a little snow. It is coming into spring here. Flowers are starting to pop. It's a beautiful time. I love these mountains, and when the flowers first start to pop, it's like Christmas. It's like every day. You never know what's going to pop up through the earth. So, good morning, Lauren. How are you? So I see two. Come on in, say hi. Let me know who's here. Let's see what we got today. I got nothing. I'm just starting out. I love days when I got nothing. It used to really bother me. I'd come on and I'm like, what am I gonna say? What am I gonna do? I used to try to figure out what we had going, and instead I'm just gonna turn myself over. Should make that shift from my small self into my higher self, who has much more strength than I do today. Yesterday was a little draining. I'm feeling a lot better, but it was a long day. So I hope that a few of you will join me. We'll go have some fun. We'll go to the playground. We're gonna go out looking for flowers and birds today. What do you say? It is a rainy day here, unfortunately. Yesterday was bright sunshine, and we had the birds singing and the flowers popping, and today it's back to rain and it's cooling down again, but it's okay. It's okay. It's not snowing. It's not snowing. I was looking out as I was walking the dog, and I was like, okay, here it is February showers bring March flowers. Sometimes February flowers. February showers bring February flowers. Last year at this time, I was looking at my memories, and last year at this time we had my daughter and I didn't even have a house yet. We were at a motel, and it was a horrible flood. Rains came down, and they came down, and they came down, and it flooded all the way really, really high. I think I was on live last year about that time. It came all the way up, and it was kind of like being in the Titanic. As we were walking down the stairs, there was water all the way flooded into the basement of the motel that we were in. The smoke alarm would go off every so often, and it was kind of a crazy, crazy time. I expect we had some really hard rains again today. That's kind of par for the course at this time of the year. We get a lot of flooding, so that's what's going on in my world. What's going on in your world? How is everything with you? I see two. I can see where there's people. There's a couple, but I don't see who's here. Nobody's talking, and that's okay. I can talk to myself for hours. I've been known to do that before. We talk a lot in class the importance of talking to yourself. We've been taught many things in life that are not necessarily true, that are not necessarily the best ways to go through life. One of those is that it's crazy to talk to yourself. I've learned, and I'm teaching others, that it's important. Good morning, Melanie. Good morning. Thank you for popping in and saying hi. It's important to not listen when people say don't talk to yourself. It's important. Let's sit here and talk about that. Sorry, I got a kitty here or something. Let's talk about that a little bit. All of the things that we were taught along the way that we are discovering were total and complete nonsense. You know, from the time we're little kids, we're told not to be dirty. Don't play in the dirt. When kids love to ground their energy in dirt. And we were told to stop daydreaming. We were told to focus. We were told that we have to grow up. Stop being so sensitive. Stop crying so easily. Stop this, stop that. And all of that stuff was total and complete nonsense. So how about this? When someone said that talking to yourself is crazy, that's nonsense too. Because when we learn to talk to ourselves, when we learn to deeply go into this space of, I'm talking and I'm looking for answers from my own self, my true self, it's powerful when we learn to make that shift. So that's what I'm doing this morning. Maybe you'll do that with me, is spend more time. Melanie knows. Melanie's been in a class. I talk all the time about getting voice recorders and, maybe listening to yourself, setting up Zoom or the video recorder and just talking sometimes. One of the most powerful things that I could do was be in the car by myself. And at the time it was easy for me because I could envision Steve sitting there beside me. And I would say, okay, I just start talking about all the things that were getting me down. Well, it was difficult. Life was very difficult back then. And so I'd start asking questions of him, and I'd start talking to him because I missed him. And pretty soon I realized that I was getting answers to my questions. And I was like, I thought at first it was him. Maybe it was a little bit, but a lot of it was me. Hi, Stacy. A lot of it was me hearing my own voice. It's important for us to learn to listen to our own voice, right? So that voice of your higher self and the voice of your personality, this person that you've come here to be too. That voice needs to be heard. I talk often about listening for your higher self, spending time. Well, what about that today? What are we talking about as far as your personality, your egoic self needs attention, needs love, needs to know that it's heard. You need to be heard. And so think about your child. These little children in the world, they will come to you and they'll say something, and if you don't hear them, they say it a little louder, and they say it a little louder, and they say it a little louder. My body for the past couple of weeks has been telling me, slow down, take it easy, will you rest? And I wasn't listening to it. I was like, well, I'll rest tomorrow. I'll rest later. I got this to do. And then yesterday it said, guess what? You're going to rest today. We've been telling you to rest, and now you're really going to do it. So our bodies are like that. We have this 3. I love the number 3. You have your small self, your personality, your ego, whatever you want to call yourself. Diane, for me. I have my body that has its own call, and it, for the last 24 hours, has not even allowed me to reach out for my higher self. It's like, we talk about that a lot when we're sick, how difficult it can be to get to that place of raising our vibration. It's like the body just pulls us into a low vibration. It can be very difficult to pull ourselves back out of it when we're not feeling well, or when we're depressed, or whatever that is. So the body needs to be considered too. So we got the body, the small self, the ego, and then we've got the higher self that, there she is, that we call in, and she brings in this beautiful energy. So there we are. So pulling that energy in. I hope that you're able to do that. And I got a message last night, and this is really important to share. I love how I got nothing this morning, and then the messages start coming through. Last night, a good friend of mine was suffering, hurting, and I had been really blocked all day. I'd been having these moments of, oh, there I am, and then I was gone again, because I was just so stuck in migraine world yesterday. So I kept sleeping and coming up. I took a lot of naps in the middle of the night, because I slept all day. In the middle of the night, I was wide awake at like 1 a.m., knowing that this person was hurting. So at that point, I started to send energy, and I started to rub my hands together. And even though I wasn't feeling great still, I was still pretty exhausted, in the middle of the night, still aching, still hurting, I started rubbing my hands together, and I started calling in healing energy. I started calling in the healing angels. I started doing some energy work. And my hands lit right up, on fire. I was like, and so the message to me was, even though you don't always feel it, even though you can't always feel your own power, your own abilities, they're still there. And that came straight from the angels. Even though you can't feel it, even though you don't always remember, or you can't get to that place of your own power, feeling that energy flowing through you, which I often do. But when I was not well last night, I thought, oh, I can't do anything. Like I feel like I've lost all my magic. It's not true. It's not true. We are healers. We are always healers. Even when we're not feeling that energy, we are still healers. We can still call in that energy. We can still pull it. And last night it was like I'm rubbing my hands together and I'm feeling that energy start to build. And I'm like, oh gosh, I've felt crummy all day. Now let me call in. And so Jesus is my biggest, Yeshua is my biggest partner these days with healing. And I was like, okay, this person needs healing. And when someone else needs something, I don't know about the rest of you, we can be very, Stefan, well, it's popped in. Say good morning, guys. Lauren, I see you. So when you are feeling that energy start to flow, typically from me, if I'm sick, I have a really hard time pulling healing energy into me. We are very selfless creatures. We have a very difficult time when we're sick. I couldn't find it within myself. I couldn't get there yesterday. I needed help. But if someone, even though I'm feeling crummy, if someone that I love says they're not feeling well, I will find it. I will find it in myself somehow. I'll pull it out. So last night in the middle of the night, I started and I found that heat in my hands again. And I created that beautiful energy ball. I see you guys gathering. Come on in. I created that beautiful energy ball to go out to the person who needed it. Please remember that even when you're not feeling it, you are very, very, hi John Stewart, you are powerful. You are always powerful. Even when you're feeling exhausted, even when you're not feeling well, that energy is still there. And they gave that to me powerfully last night. You know, I could have said, well, I'm too tired. I can't help anybody. I'm just going to sit here in my little, and I really, a lot yesterday, I spent a lot of time being on my own, sleeping a lot. I never nap like that. I slept a lot, and yet still, we are who we are. It doesn't go away. How many times do you, like, you're not feeling well, or you're not really feeling that energy flow, and you think, and I did this all the time in the beginning, so I'm bringing this up because it's important. We will make a few steps forward and we're like, wow, did you feel that? I was so powerful in that moment. Like, that was amazing. And then we go through a few days where we've had a big growth spurt, and we go through a few days where it's like, okay, I've gone through a huge growth spurt, and now I am absolutely exhausted. Like, I am so tired. I'm sick, physically ill, whatever. And you're like, I lost it. Or we get depressed. I know for me, it was that roller coaster ride of, oh, I'm growing, and then I went, made the dive again. And I had to work my way back up out. And so when we get down in that space, we can think, well, I've lost it. It's gone. I don't know where I went. For a little while I had it, and now I've lost it. We don't lose it. It's like riding a bike. Our bodies have to have rest times. When we're going through a lot of growth, that's about the time that we'll start to have symptoms of illness, because we've gone through so much growth. And we try to use that. We're like a child with a new toy. Say that child gets a bike and they don't want to rest. You get a bike when you were a kid, trust me. I had a bike that was twice my size. My first bike was way too big for me, and I taught myself to ride it. Nobody else could ever teach me anything. I always had to teach myself. So I went out all by myself. I was 6. I was about 6 years old. And I went out and I got on a bike that was a grown-up bike. So I was a little bitty turd, just a little kid. And I was on a grown-up bike because my mother didn't have a lot of money. She went to Goodwill or someplace, and she found me the only bike she could. They didn't have any kids' bikes, so she got me the grown-up bike. We didn't have helmets back then. We didn't even, forget it. We didn't even have seat belts. We didn't have helmets. So this little bitty kid was, 3 feet tall, maybe a little taller. I was pretty small yet. We lived on right there in a road that went down a hill. I took that bike out, and I was like, I am going to keep up with those big kids. So I got on that bike and at the top of a hill, and I just held on for dear life, and down I went. And I stayed on that bike, and I pedaled that bike, and I learned how to ride it that day. It was my day. No training wheels ever. Don't give this girl training wheels. I'm just going to go. That's my spirit. That's how I work. I rode that bike every day. I rode it all the time. Did I make myself sick? Probably yes. That's what I'm trying to tell you, is that I fell a few times. I scraped myself up. I had to deal with some bumps and bruises, and yet that bike was magic to me. That bike was freedom. That bike felt so good. I remember going down that hill and the wind blowing in my face, my hair, and like, oh, freedom, freedom. We're still like that. Whatever you were like as a child, that's really your true self, is that little child I had a little warrior in me from the time I was born. And she just could not be held back. She was always going to find her way to get, whatever, I'm going to find my way to do this. I was stubborn, still am, stubborn to a fault. And I will do whatever I got to do, whether it's a good idea or not. If I'm exhausted, I'm still going to try to help people. I'm still going to try to do whatever I got to do. If there was a fire, I'm one of those people that will run into the burning building and not out. And I know many of us as light workers, as empaths, are that kind of person. We can get to a place where we know we have nothing left to give, and yet we will dig deeper and we'll find more. We'll just keep finding more. So my reminder to you this morning is, bravo, you're amazing. You're amazing, and the work that you're doing is incredible, and you are so appreciated. That comes straight from the angels, and they're asking us all to please take time to take care of ourselves. Please. Please take time to take care of yourself. We are in a huge transition right now. This earth is in a huge transition. And so not everyone is staying in physical form. It can be a very difficult time on us physically. So we keep going through these things. I really feel like when we're sick, all I keep hearing from me is inoculation. This virus, whatever this is that I've had for a week and a half, 2 weeks, it's my inoculation. Whether it's COVID or whatever it is, I'm not even going to get tested. I don't believe in the false testing. I don't believe in all the nonsense. I just believe it's my body's way of preparing my immune system to go out into the world safely. And I'm looking at it in a positive way, and I'm also respecting it. And I'm also saying, okay, it means you got to rest. You got to rest your way through this. We all need resting periods. We're in times of rest right now, right? So you're welcome, Johnny. Laura, good morning. Hi, Stefan. Nice to see you. All right, make sure I'm saying hi to people. I see 6 of you. So thank you for coming back, because I completely deserted you guys yesterday. So please know that whatever's going on in your body, all you kids that like to jump on that big old bike like me and head on down the hill and be stubborn and not take care of yourself properly. I'm sure that oftentimes when I was a kid, I didn't even take the time to put shoes on my feet. I was just gone. I just had to be busy all the time. I was always looking to get into something. I loved dirt. I loved playing outside. I was always busy. Wasn't the best at taking care of myself, and I'm still that. And so this is my reminder to you to please take good care of yourself today. This is coming straight from the angels. Please know that you are needed here in physical form. You are needed in this physical body that you have chosen to come in. You volunteered for this. You need to take good care of yourself. You need to be taking care of you first, and then you go out and save the world. So if you need more rest today, if you need that good nap, if you need to just tell everyone else to just step back for a little bit, I gotta have a break, you do that. You take care of yourself. The world needs you here now, physically, more than ever. And that means that you have to put you in the equation and take good care of you. Healing work requires a lot. You know, I'll do this game with myself, but I don't have a physical job. I used to be working outside of the home. I had a house full of kids. Between Steve and I, we had 9 kids. 9. Can you imagine 9 kids? And for a while, 8 of them lived in the home with us. I think that was the most at any given time. And then we would drop down to 7, and Jess moved to Chicago, and different people would do different things. But we always, when we were together, we had a lot. We had 2 of his kids, and 5 of mine for a while, then 4 of mine, so we had 6. It was always very busy, and I worked full time. And for a while, man, I was working in an amusement park where I was really busting. I was always busy, always tired. I couldn't do any kind of energy work back then. I didn't even know how. I didn't even know I was capable of it. And so I was physically working all the time, and of course I was exhausted. So now, fast forward, I mostly work energetically with people. We do classes, we do sessions. It's energy work. And you would think that because we're not out just busting our rumpuses, you like that word? Physically busting it from ding to dong, we are spending more time sitting down as we're doing energy work. We're just sitting with people. And that work that we're doing takes more out of us, if we're not careful, than when I was sitting at a desk in a hospital or working in an amusement park, picking up little kids, put them on rides, working from 12, 13 hours a day. That was physically draining. This is draining in every single way. It does wear on us physically. It's emotionally draining. It can be draining in every way. So we do have to be careful. We're working with some powerful energies. And so it requires us to think about it differently. It requires us to remember that even though we're not lifting heavy stuff, even though we're not, out walking, running in 95-degree weather and just, carrying heavy objects and doing all kinds of physical work, this work takes a lot out of us, and it's important. It is important for us to make sure that we're holding some energy for ourselves, that we're drawing it in sometimes, that we go, okay, wait, stop. I used to have a really good practice every day of sitting on that floor and meditating and really filling up my own well every day. I do yoga. Yoga is excellent. I'm sorry, right now, we don't have to call it yoga, but we call it getting on the floor and stretching. When I was really in that bathroom, I started feeling the need to really stretch my body. I tend to not do it as much because I allow myself to fall into getting busy all the time. It's time for us to create a practice for ourselves, for me. That's what they're telling me. I have to go back to that practice of being on that floor, of stretching. Right now we have a huge expansion going on. Our bodies are struggling to keep up with this DNA advancement. Know that even when you're sleeping, I've been feeling it in my sleep, so I know I'm advancing. As I'm sleeping, my soul, my body is going through changes. There's a big expansion going on, and that requires us to be good to ourselves. We're drinking a lot of water. We're taking, if our diets can rarely ever cover all the supplements that we need. So I make sure to take the right supplements. I'm careful. I listen to my body. What does it need? I try to keep a good diet. I try to eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. I try to, protein. I up my protein, whatever it is. No, listen to your body. Take good care of you. Take good care of you so you're not always suffering. It's difficult for us to do energy work. I think that I go back to that thing. If I'm sick and I'm not feeling well, I can't do the energy work for other people. See, I'm still bouncing back to that. So I need to take care of me for other people. And the reminder this morning is take care of you for you. Take care of you for you first. The rest of it will come. That energy work comes in. People will come to you for energy work. But they're going to come to you when they feel that energy is strong. When they know that you're taking good care of yourself, they can feel your energy. So, good. Stefan did some yoga. Excellent. We don't even have to call it yoga. I know people are like, well, there's two words that are the scariest words in metaphysical work. Two of them. Yoga, meditation. Everybody goes, oh, I can't do yoga. I'd die for sure. Can't do meditation. Yoga is really, you put yourself on the floor and you let your body tell you. I don't know, this is not everybody's yoga, but to me, this is my yoga. My body tells me where it needs to stretch, and it feels good. At first, it's difficult. At first, it's like, oh gosh. But then you just kind of ease your way into it. Don't let somebody else tell you how to move. Listen to your body. Where does your body need to stretch? Just let your body stretch. That's all it really is. It's getting on that floor and allowing yourself to say, oh gosh, that feels good. Right there, I need to stretch that. Even though it's a little painful, it feels good to stretch it. My body needs to move. My body needs to stretch. Because when we're sitting all day doing energy work, if we're stretching and we're creating space within, it allows our body, our energy to flow. And if we aren't creating that space, the energy's not flowing, it's getting stopped up in different places. We can say, well, my chakras are blocked because I've had a lot of worries, or my chakras are blocked for this or that or whatever. Maybe they're only blocked because you're not moving your body properly. Because it's not the energy, because we're getting such big downloads and such advancement right now. We're not being good enough to our body, and we're not stretching it out, keeping all of our spine straight and in alignment. When our bodies aren't feeling good, our chakras are blocked. It can go both directions. We need to take care of our bodies. We get ourselves all blocked up and stopped up because things just we aren't helping our bodies to flow. We need to be three. We need to be three. You got your small self, you got your physical self, and you got your higher self. Don't just take care of your higher self. Don't just take care of your physical self. Don't just take care of your body. You got to take care of all three to allow the energy to flow. Okay? Really important. I love how they bring that through. That's what they're bringing us today. So I'm going to work with myself a little bit more today, and I would highly suggest that you Maybe do some dancing too. I used to dance every day. I'm not a dancer. I'm a clumsy mess. They call me Grace. Trust me, I fall all over my own self. But when I'm putting on some good dance music or, just whatever, and I'm moving my body, it all seems to balance itself out. Crossing over the body, allowing the body to get, you're an energetic being. You want to get your energy flowing. Maybe you do Tai Chi, something like that, where Tai Chi is amazing and I'm no good at it. But whatever it is that works for you to allow your body to create a better balance so that your energy is having an easier time flowing. We all got to work on stuff like that. Like being on the plane. See to your own. Yep, you got to put your own oxygen mask on first, don't you, before you take care of anyone else. You're exactly right. Dancing in your bouncing bubble. That, I get it, John. We're going to have our bubbling, bouncing pigs today, aren't we? Excuse me, I need a little sip. Lots and lots of water. I have drank water. If you guys are feeling really thirsty, it's probably something in the atmosphere right now. It's something in what this change we're going through. I cannot believe how much fluid I have drank in the past 24 hours. It's been insane. I just can't get enough. So listen to your body. If it needs a lot of fluid, keep drinking, 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 drinking. Flying, bouncing, bubbling pigs. What is it? What's that noise they make? You'll tell me in a minute. Pinky pong? Pinky pong, that's what it is. So what do you say, guys? We haven't done this since in 48 hours or so. Would you like to go in and do some bouncing, bubbling pigs? Would you like to have a little meditation time? A little quiet time for a few minutes. Hi, Kim. Is there a Kim? I can't see all your pictures. Pinky ponk. Pinky ponk. I see another face up there. And I apologize, here goes the throat. Somebody needs to have their throat. I used to say that all the time. There's a Kim. Good morning, Kim. I used to say that a lot. I'd say, okay, we're going to meditate, and then suddenly my voice would start to get stopped up. And it is true that I'm affected by all of your energies. So if somebody comes in to this gathering, and you guys are like this too, we pick up on each other's energies. So if somebody comes in suddenly and they're all blocked up in the throat, then I'll feel it, and I start to cough and gag and carry on, and then I'll say, okay, let's clear that throat chakra, and then my voice starts coming back again. So I know it's not necessarily, we all have to think, is this me? And then ton of water, Kim, exactly. I drink a ton of water, and we all need to be drinking a ton of water right now, exactly. So let's go ahead. I see a number of you here. Get your feet planted. It doesn't matter where you are. You're going to feel that energy come down through. So you're just seeing your roots. You see those roots in your feet come deeply, deeply into the earth. I live in the mountains, and it's getting ready. Spring is really springing, even though it's February. It's raining, 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 because in a week we'll see. I already saw crocuses yesterday. They were gorgeous. In a week, even though it just snowed 2-3 days ago, the flowers, as soon as the snow melted away, the flowers went pink, 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 pink all over the place again. It's that time of the year here, and it's like magic. So come with me to the mountains for a few minutes. We got rain. We're all going to use our rain slickers or our umbrellas today. You can hear it as it hits your umbrella. Let's go out into the woods together. Spend some time here. Yes, you should drink more water, John. Definitely. Definitely. Lots of water. You get used to it. It starts to feel good. Gives you more energy. Makes you feel so much better. So those roots are going deeply into the earth. This dark earth energy, this 200 million year old rock all around us. And that's amazing. 3 days ago, I was sitting out front and I looked, and there's white quartz coming right out of the ground. It just wasn't there. Now it is. So hello, white quartz. How beautiful are you? This is where we are. Imagine yourself here. The rain is falling. You've got an umbrella over your head, so it's okay. Just hold that umbrella. Listen to the rain as it hits your umbrella. It's one of my favorite things to do. Take a big breath. Feel those roots go deeply into the earth. Feel that earth energy come up, grounding your energy. Just tell your body to ground. Ground. Much better. And take a big breath. Start to breathe, conscious breathing. Take in a big breath, hold it for just a few seconds. And then release slowly. Do that about 3 times. You'll pull yourself right into center. So we're centering now. See it coming right up your spine, aligning all of those chakras. So you're falling into alignment. So you take a breath and you see it at your root. That earth energy has come up your legs, and it's right there at your root chakra, that bright red chakra right at the base of your spine. See it there and pull it. I like to see it like each one of those chakras is a spinning wheel. And so I'm pulling that energy right up to the center, all the way up my spine and all the way up to my crown. So try that. Take a big breath. See it going all the way up, creating that rainbow of color. It gets all the way up to your crown. Hold it there for just a second. Hold it. A little bit deeper and then release slowly. Nice, thank you. So Archangel Michael, we're calling on you. Please come in for each one of these people that have joined me this morning or joined me at any point. Asking you to wrap each one in a bubble of protection. You're going to go bouncing around with John in just a second. So take your bubble. Allow yourself to be wrapped up in a beautiful bubble of protection. Feel that energy as it circles around you. Asking Archangel Michael to bring in a team of angels for each one of you. Your home, your family, your pets, your land, your cars. 500 miles around you, just filling your space with healing, with protection, all the way around you. Just breathe nice and easy. Just be at peace. Release your shoulders. Release that forehead, that big wrinkle right there. Releasing all of that stuck energy. Anything that's negative, we're asking the angels to come in and clear away any negative energy from that bubble of yours. So you can sit in that bubble feeling nothing but love. Total and complete unconditional love within that bubble. Nothing can come in and nothing goes out without your permission. Just focus on the love. Beautiful. So here we are in the middle of the forest. Each one of us in our safe, protective bubble. You're walking through, you can hear the rain hitting the trees. It smells good, smell it. Oh, I love the smell of the damp forest. There's wet leaves left over and the beginning of little flowers, buds, daffodils trying to pop up. And the pine trees, you can smell, oh, when that rain hits the pines, it smells so beautiful. There's birds singing. It's like a rainforest. This is literally like a rainforest where I live. So beautiful. Right in the center of this forest as we walk, we come to a place where it's wide open. And there's rocks sitting in a circle. And I want you to find the rock that feels just right to you. Don't worry, you're not going to get wet. It's perfectly, you're not in your physical self. You don't have to worry about those silly things. You can go sit on that, whichever rock feels right to you. Find the one that's good. It'll draw you in. And as you sit down on that rock, you take off your shoes and you put your feet on the rock. Feel that energy. Put your hands down on the rock. There's energy coming up through your feet, through your spine, through your hands. Cleansing, taking away all that negativity that you've been collecting up for who knows how long. Just washing it away. So as we all sit in this big circle, each one of us on a rock, there's this beautiful energy right in the center. It's like a light coming down. Beautiful waterfall of light. And this is completely up to you. You can get off that rock that you're sitting on at any point, and you can walk over and you can just step into that waterfall of light. And as you do, it just washes you clean. This is source energy, pure source energy. The most healing, perfect energy there is. It's you, too. It's what you're made of. Feel that energy as you step into it. It just washes over you. And there you stand. As you step into it and you look down at yourself, look at your own reflection, you can see, oh, there I am. That's my true self, my higher self, perfection. You just washed away all of that lower vibrational stuff from being physical. And you stand there in the light of your true self. Thank you for joining me. I see you. Perfect beings of light, all standing together. Just feel what that feels like. You have stepped out of your physical form. The fatigue has gone away. The aches and pains are gone. And you stand there in your own power. The truth of who you are. Take a big breath. Breathe that in. Beautiful. Now each one of you is holding on to something. I want you to look down for just a second. You can see yourself as you look down. You can see your true self. And you hold out your hand, and as you look down, you can see. Open up your hand and see what you're holding. What's in your hand? It might be a bouquet of flowers. It might be a Valentine to remind you that you are so in love with you. Just remember, you have to love you first. Take good care of you. It might be a beautiful crystal. Whatever it is your gift today. Some of you have a key. This is a key to your own higher self, to the remembrance of who you really are. Whatever it is, treasure maps. Somebody got a treasure map. Whatever kind of goodie you got, a heart. Beautiful, Kim. Beautiful. Good morning. Good afternoon. Is it afternoon yet, Paula? Not where you are. You're up in New York. I know better. Good morning. Good morning. So enjoy that gift that you're being given. Your higher self is giving you a gift. And I want you to see yourself taking that gift, whether it's a love note or a crystal or a key or a heart. We have those too. Stick it right in your pocket. Keep it as a reminder of how loved you are. And now you get some free time. We're going to wander around. There's a cave. It's a crystal cave. You can wander in there if you'd like. You can wander into the forest. You can hug a few trees. You can look at the water. There's a beautiful stream of water coming. If you want to see yourself more clearly, you can walk over and look at your reflection. See what you really look like. Wow, you're beautiful. You should take a closer look. Take some time. If you want to be in a bouncing, bubbling pig for a few minutes, you can fly up in that pig, or the pigs will land and you can fly them. You can hop on their back. Might be a dragon. Take some time to use your imagination here in this beautiful enchanted forest for just a few minutes. I see some little cabins close by. There's one that's made of candy. I might want to watch out for that one. Whatever you want to see, it's your creation. Just go. I'm going to give you about 3 minutes. Just go, play. Continue to breathe. What are you creating? I see somebody riding a waterfall. Made a beautiful slide down the waterfall. That looks fun. Diving down deep into the water, seeing what you can find in that water. Create some magical creatures. Do you see fairies? Do you see dragons? What do you see there? I see a beautiful pool for me. Anyone that's not feeling 100% today, if your body is struggling to keep up with this expansion, come lay in that pool. Just lay yourself down. Be easy. It's heated. It feels so good to lay back in it. All the minerals are there. So as you lay into that water, the salt does you good. Grounds your energy. It's healing. The oils are in the water. Some eucalyptus, some frankincense, lavender. Nice. Asking the angels to come in and heal each one of you. We're calling in Archangel Raphael. As you lay in that pool, the water just lights up. It's like the most beautiful color. It lights up with healing energy. You can dunk your face down under, just breathe it in. It's okay. Breathe it into your lungs. It's safe. This water is different from being in physical. You just breathe that healing energy in. Let it go to every cell of your body as you lay there. Feel it going to where there's pain. Feel it going to those places where you need healing. Yeshua. Yeshua joins us for healing energy. Beautiful. Keep breathing nice and easy. Enjoy this quiet time. I see red hearts floating all up in the water, reminding you, Happy Valentine's Day. Be happy, be joyful. Love you first. You don't gotta wait for someone else to say, I love you. You are so loved. You are love. Good morning, Tammy. Glad you popped in. Just enjoy that nice rest time. Allowing the angels to minister to you, to hold you. Sometimes we just need to be held. Let them hold you, comfort you, bring you peace. And when you're ready, you start to feel really good and healed, and you feel like you're ready to get out and do something else. There's angels standing on the side of that pool, and they have the biggest, cushiest bathrobes for you. And as you step out of the water, it's so soft. They wrap it around you. So you're all warm and cozy. Wrapping you up, there's a little fire built where you can go sit beside the fire, toast yourself a marshmallow if you'd like. Everyone's sitting around the fire now. We're laughing. We're having a good time telling stories. This is a time of coming together, creating connections, creating friendships like you've never had before. This is a place where you can tell all those wild stories that no one else has ever wanted to listen to. Those stories that scare other people, and yet here amongst your tribe, you can talk, you can be easy, you can laugh. Completely let your guard down. Doesn't it feel nice? It's like finally I'm at home. Finally. Beautiful. Take another big breath. Integrate all of this energy. You're just being bathed in healing and growth, all of this expansion, this beautiful new light energy. Pull it into your lungs. Push it backwards, filling up that well behind. So right there behind your heart, fill it right up. Right to overflowing. So that wherever you go, whatever's overflowing can be shared out to the world. You get to keep your own. That's your energy. Your healing energy, yours alone. Don't give away what's yours. Only let that energy that you've created that is bigger, that's overflowing. Take another big breath and let it just flow. That's what you give away. Not your own resources. Take a big breath. Reminding you that when you put that oxygen mask on your face, you don't take it back off and give it away. You have to keep it. Everyone has their own oxygen mask. You put their own oxygen mask on them. You keep your own. Don't give it away. Beautiful. You have to make yourself a part of this equation. Keep breathing, pulling it into your heart, filling up that heart. It's beautiful. Filling up every nook and cranny. They are really taking good care of you. Thank you, angels. Thank you, Yeshua. like I see them giving you a bouquet of flowers now. What's your favorite? Is it red roses? Yellow roses? Is it tulips? What color? See yourself receiving a bouquet of flowers. Every day is Valentine's Day. Every day is love. You are love. You are loved. Totally and completely unconditionally. No matter what you've ever done or whatever you will done, you are still so very loved. Remember that. So as you receive your bouquet of flowers, they are wrapping you. Archangel Michael is wrapping each one of us in a really beautiful bubble, making sure that we are safely protected within that bubble today. Any pinpricks, no, there's nothing. There's no little holes. Nothing lets your energy seep out at all. Nothing lets it. It keeps you completely protected from any energy on the outside. It just boing, it bounces off of you. You're completely protected. I want you to feel yourself as you start to come back into your awareness. You're there. You're coming back into physical. Feeling your feet and your hands. Feeling so much better. Feeling alive. All your chakras flowing perfectly. All your energy is awakened and alive. Healed. The body has received healing, and healing will continue for however long it's needed. As long as you say yes, they stay with you. Asking that the angels will stay with you today, to continue to work with you, to continue to bring you strength and healing and love, enlightenment. You can never get enough learning. Take one more big breath. Feeling your feet, feeling your hands, pulling that air in. Coming back into full awareness of yourself. Pulling that beautiful energy of your higher self and your little inner child safely together in your heart, letting them come into perfect alignment with each other. Here they are. They're okay. You can be all three. It's okay. Stay physical. Keep that beautiful ego, that personality of yours, and allow your higher self to come into that little unit too, bringing them all together, perfect parallel. It'll be a beautiful day. Remember, all of you, take care of all of you today. Beautiful. Fully back into the body now. Ready to start your day. Continue your day. Taking good care of yourself today. Good morning, Annie. I'm so glad you're open to receive. The angels are bringing it. They're bringing it. They always do. All we have to do is say, yes, we would like that. And they're like, okay, thank you so much for asking. They're just waiting. They're like so happy when you say yes. Bringing all that healing in as you go out about your day. Being filled with love, being filled with healing, peace. You're so welcome, Kimberly. Please take good care of yourselves today. It's Thursday. I'll be back tomorrow since I wasn't here yesterday. I'll find time for you tomorrow. I'll be back in. I'll make it up. Take good care of yourselves today. I love you guys so much. Be easy on yourself. I'm here, Annie. I'm here. Take good care. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you soon. Take good care. Bye.